Hey, it's Purple Disco Machine. We are in the heart of my hometown Dresden, surrounded from these amazing buildings in the Semperoper, which is one of the most iconic opera houses in Germany. Built in 1870, destroyed Second World War, rebuilt a little later. But for me, this is one of the most iconic buildings. Being part of the Interhouse series it's an honor for me. I was already part of the Glitterbox series, but now the big one for Defected is the Interhouse mix. My favorite is probably the first one I bought on CD. It was 2006 Jamie Louis, and this compilation also brought me into Defected as a label. Also remember a couple of amazing Interhouse Miami editions from Simon Dunmore. So there's a long history, and I'm honored to be now part of it. Releasing on Defected is such a big honor. I think I released my first remix in 2014, so like 10 years ago. It was a Hercules and Love Affair remix I did, and since then I released a couple of singles, remixes, so there's a long history with Defected. It's great to be back, and having now Beat Fantasy on Defected feels so good. My highlight this year was definitely Croatia. I haven't played Croatia for 2 years, and I was so happy to play it this year. So playing the beach stage is anyway the most beautiful stage for me, and I played the last day, so I closed more or less the whole festival. And it's great. I mean, it's so many love and so many amazing people. Everyone is sharing the same passion for house music, and such a great event. So this was definitely one of my highlights this year, but also playing Coachella for the second time now, being on the big stage was a real moment for me. The music I released the Paradise album. I was working for the last 2.5 years on this album, and for me this is called Paradise, and I came up with the name Paradise, and I thought of, okay, what could be the perfect soundtrack for my paradise? And of course the feeling listening to the album should be more like sun, summer, beach, a nice cocktail in your hand. This should be the overall feeling, but on the other hand, for me, Paradise is also here my home. That's why I invited most of the artists, or almost every artist, to Dresden, to my Paradise, to write and record the whole album here. So this was for me, the last 2.5 years was like being in Paradise, so being surrounded from all these amazing artists I could invite to my hometown. Also being a little bit of a guide, showing them my city, was pretty amazing. And everyone was super happy to come here and produce the album here with me. Coming from the DJ background, so playing club shows is still important for me, because that's the moment when I can road test my songs. So every song I release, I need to road test these songs just to make sure the arrangement, everything is right. And so that's why the club shows are really important and mandatory for my work. It's mostly arrangement and things, then I need to chop or edit parts, or some parts are too long, or I need to extend the build-up a bit. This is something I realize when I play the song out and see the reaction from the crowd. And so sometimes I do the changes right after, when I go back to the hotel and I have the project with me. So then I'm going to do the changes right after, but also sometimes I go back to the studio and do some minor changes there. The rest of 2024 is also quite interesting, because I'm going to play my first live tour. So in October we go for a 20 shows tour all over Europe to play Purple Disco Machine as a band for the very first time. So it's like a hybrid show of DJ set with a band, with musicians, with dancers, with singers. It's a proper show we prepared for the last 2 years, I would say. We did 2 tryout shows in Dresden last year and this year, and they turned out pretty well. So I just can't wait to go on tour with a full band, with real musicians, with singers, with dancers, and that's gonna be fun. And it's the first time for me going on a tour bus. So for like 4 weeks being on a tour bus with people I know for years, but never being on a tour bus for so long. So that's gonna be interesting as well. Check out my In the House live stream on Defected YouTube.